Credit where it's due. I think it's very important, especially in today's day and age, where you can build 100 bridges but fall down the stairs, and you're always going to be remembered for that dude that fell down the stairs. And that's the politically correct version of that statement. I think it's important to recognize positive changes and people correcting deficiencies. With that said, just as I would in a leadership role, when somebody makes a mistake but then corrects it and moves forward in a positive direction, I think it's important to recognize that. I've always said Mac is a good dude. I said it in my last video about him, which got glossed over by a lot of people. They conveniently didn't hear me say that. However many times I said it in the video, it was definitely more than once. And just like any other human being, mistakes are made. Now, I'm not going to say it was my video or my pushback that got this idea in his head. In fact, in the TP9 video, he stated that he was thinking about standardizing the process and he was in talks with his team on how to standardize it. Okay. I think the community, videos like mine and a few other things kind of pushed him to do it a little faster possibly, but I have to say that his new torture test process with the 4 environmental simulation tests that he does is a very fair and balanced test. I also think that the way he shows that he cleans the gun and function test firing and all those things is very important to the process. And I think this process moving forward will be able to be viewed as a standard. Now, I'm still not a huge fan of torture tests, but if the test can be standardized and repeated and the same controls can be used, it's not data that should be ignored either. All I'm saying there is I don't invest as much as other people in torture test videos. Now, if the data is solid and the scientific method is followed and all of those other things, I have absolutely no problem with them. But when they were like the VP9 and the TP9 videos, I don't view that as any pertinent information. I still am very critical of that video, both of those actually, and I will continue to be critical of that video so long as it's on YouTube. But I would be remiss and of questionable moral integrity if I didn't give credit where it was due. So, in an effort to do that, and for no other reason than to do it, because I feel it's the right thing to do, I'm going to say that Mac has done a very, very solid job of standardizing his torture test. I think it's a very excellent method, and I think he's very detailed in how he's doing it, and it removes unnecessary holes in his presentation, which in turn incites criticism. So in layman's terms, good job, Mac. I like what I'm seeing. I think it's a very, very positive lunge in the right direction. I'm going to give you a little more credit than a step, and I like to see more of it, and I'm looking forward to the VP9 retest. Although I should say initial test, because that other thing was ridiculous. And hopefully he uses a new VP9. But so long as he uses that standard and continues to maintain the scientific manner in which he does his test, I think everyone will be able to accept that it's a fair and balanced test. And moving forward, we will, use it as a possible standard or at least a benchmark for certain things. Now, this isn't backpedaling. This is just giving credit where it's due, which a lot of people don't do nowadays. And again, I will say in closing before my sign off that Mac is a good guy. 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure his heart's in the right place. He's human just like everybody else. So do with that what you will, America. And thanks for watching. Take care of each other, stay safe, and support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America.